Hey everyone, Chef Lee here again in the American Range Kitchen. Today I'm making mussels. It's something that sounds intimidating to some, but absolutely super simple. You're gonna see how I make it. We're gonna flavor it with some fennel, some sausage, a little bit of bacon, and it's gonna be an absolute party. Let's get started. We have a lot of prep work to do, and then from then on it's just very smooth and very easy. Let's talk about the mussels for a second. We're talking about cool looking animal right here. Two things you want to make sure with the mussels: they're clean and they're still alive. Other than that, that's all you need to do. So by clean, what you need to look for is, first of all, there's no visible sand around them, and then there's this little piece which is called the beard. So there's the beard of the mussel, which you want to remove. This is basically the part of the mussel that was attached to the rock in the ocean. So the one thing you want to do is grab the beard with one hand, 2 fingers, and then pull it towards the valve of the mussel. So towards the base of it, and it just rips off, just like that. And you want to make sure that all your mussels are basically nice and shaven and beard free. Another thing that you want to make sure is, first of all, that the mussel is still alive. So you look at the mussel and this one's just slightly open. You want to give it a little tap, and if it's alive, it'll slowly close down just like that. So if your mussel is open and you're tapping and it's not closing down, that means that it's actually too bad. That mussel has to go. Perfect. Great. We're gonna move on to our vegetables here. And what I have is some shallots, some garlic, some fennel. All that's gonna get chopped up and it's gonna start building our flavor combination for our sauce. So shallots, I want a pretty good amount, so I'm not gonna go shy on the shallots. Nice thin slice. 2 cloves of garlic. Number 1, number 2. Quick little whack and the peel comes right off. So the garlic gets nice rough chop. Then we have our fennel. So the fennel, I want to use the white part for now. The green parts I'm going to save and use those for later. These don't throw away. So our fennel, you want to create a nice flat base that the fennel is going to sit on. I'm going to go with my knife and slice it in half, just like that, to open it up. So you see all the layers of the fennel. And I want to remove this base right here, which is holding it together. And I'm just going to go in like that. The base is going to come out. And the fennel is going to now lay on its side. I'm going to give it some nice thin slices. So half of the fennel should be enough for this recipe, and we're going to go into our pan here. I'm going to set my pan here on a medium-high heat to get the vegetables started. In the meantime, I can chop up my sausage and my bacon. So I have some nice-looking bacon here that I'm going to chop up. Pretty good pieces. I mean, we're talking about maybe 1/2 inch of width of the bacon, and I'm actually going to start with it into the pan. The pan doesn't need to be completely hot when you go in with the bacon. It actually will help render some of that bacon fat and create more flavor if the pan is not completely hot. Next thing I have here is Italian sausage. So this is already in the casing, and I actually want to reverse that process and remove it from the casing. Our bacon's starting to sizzle, which is really nice. I give it a nice stir, and you already see the bacon fat rendering and coming out. I didn't add any oil to the pan. Bacon is cooking super nice here. I just want a little bit more color on it before I go in with the rest of the ingredients. So the whole concept here is basically to build the sauce, build all the flavors, and at the end add our mussels, because they're gonna cook super, super quick in some steam. And I want the sauce to be super flavorful and have that time to develop all those flavors before the mussels go in. I'm gonna go in with my sausage. Nice little bits. They're gonna get nice and brown here. Add a ton of depth of flavor here, which is really what I'm looking for. The mussels themselves have a very delicate flavor, which is really good because then you can incorporate any type of flavor combination that you want to them. And that's, again, the whole idea, is to build the sauce, build the flavor, add the mussels, and it'll just soak that all up. I have really great color both on the sausage and in the bacon. I'm gonna go in with my vegetables. So the fennel, the shallots, and the garlic all go in. And here what I'm looking to do is soften them up a little bit. So they're gonna start extracting some moisture, which will slow down the cooking of the bacon and the sausage. And they'll still start softening up themselves. So we're almost done here with building our sauce. The last component that's gonna go in is white wine. What that's gonna create is gonna create a steam chamber for the mussels to cook. So the white wine is gonna go in, we're gonna let the alcohol evaporate just a little bit. Mussels are gonna go in and get covered. So our vegetables have been in for about a couple minutes, they've sweat, they kind of softened up. They're halfway cooked, which is exactly what I'm looking for, and now I'm gonna go in with my wine. So a nice cup of wine, white wine here. And that's gonna help me scrape up all these little bits that got stuck to the bottom of the pan. That's gonna get reincorporated into the sauce and create just great, great flavor. So I'm looking for this to come up to a boil. Mussels are gonna go in right then. I'm gonna crank the heat up, get a nice steam going here. So all my alcohol, I'm gonna smell it. The alcohol has evaporated, which is a good sign. I'm going in with the mussels. All I'm doing right now is giving my pan a nice shake. I want to coat the mussels in the sauce. And they get covered. So from here on out, very simple, quick process. We're looking at 2-3 minutes in the pan here on a medium-high heat. The steam is what's cooking the mussels. And what we're looking for here is for the mussels to open. So in the beginning, we looked for the mussels to be super tightly closed. That was a sign that they're still alive. Here, after the cooking process, if we have mussels that have not opened yet, those get discarded. So, I mean, it's kind of a sad affair, but there's nothing, no way around it. Just the way that thing goes. With this dish, again, it's all about the broth, and I want to make sure that we can soak it all up. And here, I'm gonna just use some rustic bread, brushed with olive oil, a little bit of salt, and that's gonna act just like our sponge here to make sure that all of that broth, all the sauce gets enjoyed. So just a quick grill. As our mussels are cooking, I mean, this is kind of the last thing you wanna do before plating. Let's get a nice char mark. And what I like to do, as soon as this comes off the grill, grab a whole garlic and just rub it on there. It's the easiest garlic bread you've ever seen. So as our mussels are cooking, I'm gonna create just a little bit of salad that's gonna go on top, some crunch, some fresh element to go on top of our mussels. And I'm gonna chop the fennel fronds and the stems that we saved from earlier. So I'm looking and I'm seeing that all of our mussels have opened really nice. Sign of a fresh mussel. It's really, really cool. Let's give the sauce a taste here. Absolutely delicious. And again, with the mussels, it's all about the broth, that sauce that gets incorporated and seasons the mussels themselves. So I have a bowl here. I'm gonna go in, get this nicely plated. So I have some of the mussels, some of the bacon. Mussels are loud creatures. You hear all the clacking, and they definitely want to get some of that broth. Our little garnish is gonna go on top. Our grilled bread. So there you have it, the mussels. I mean, you see them in restaurants all the time. They sound fancy. They kind of have this luxurious feel to them, but you see the execution is super, super simple. You build the sauce, you kind of layer the flavors there with the sausage, with the bacon, with the vegetables, and then toss in the mussels right at the end with some white wine, cover, steam, 2 minutes, boom, done. It's such a simple recipe. It has that wow factor. It looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm super excited to share more recipes with you here at the American Range Kitchen. Thank you for watching.